Hello everybody, my name is Lofter, and welcome to Resident Evil 4 Remake. So, here's the thing about this, right? Um, who is it? Game Informer got like exclusive gameplay trailer stuff, and they put it out yesterday. So, in typical me fashion, with me loving JRPGs and horror games, we're gonna watch the trailer, and I'm going to do my thing because So, unpopular opinion, I don't actually think Resident Evil 4 was that great. I recently replayed all the Resident Evil games over my Twitch channel, which is now a dual stream channel because I stream on YouTube as well. And Resident Evil 4 is definitely a transitional game. It transitions, of course, from the old school, tank controls to the more action-oriented Resident Evil 5 and 6, and then you end up in the first person for 7 and 8. I don't think it does Resident Evil super well. I think the gunplay is really poor, and the only thing good it has going for it is, weirdly enough, the the inventory management system. It's the last game to really nail inventory management. No, I think 7 did a really good job of inventory management. 8, not so much, just because there were so few items. But yeah, just not a fan of 4. I do like a lot of the settings, but I mean, let's be real. Resident Evil 4 was originally supposed to be Devil May Cry. Or no. What was it? It was, yeah, Resident Evil 4 was supposed to be Devil May Cry, or maybe Devil May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4? I forget, but there's definitely some remnants of there. The giant, castle, the gothic castle, and the cultists and all that, and borderline demons. I mean, Resident Evil 4 is where things started to get real nuts because, things are popping out of people's necks, and they were transforming, and it was, you've got the ogre, the giant ogres and stuff, so... Resident Evil 4 was certainly important to the series, but I do not think it is anywhere near the best in the franchise. Like, a shocking amount of people seem to think that it is. I think the best Resident Evil, as far as like just being a Resident Evil game, is probably 7. And then 2 Remake was phenomenal. I love that gameplay of the Resident Evil 3 remake, but I don't like what they did with the story because they made it less Resident Evil and more action-y. It actually has more in common with Resident Evil 6 than it does with Resident Evil 3, weirdly enough. But yeah, I honestly think Resident Evil 4 is down there with 0. And that's, like I said, a very unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. So let's watch this trailer. I've been rambling for a while, but I want to see what they're doing to make me love this game. And as I mentioned, this is... Oh. And as I mentioned, this is a Game Informer video on YouTube. So
what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into Game Informer.
Immediately, obviously, the Leon looks like he ain't slept in a minute, which I guess would make sense because he's at the point where he's at Ashley, so it's been at least like 3 days since he slept. Mans has been running through Zombie Village for a while now.
I'm your host, Alex.
He could probably use a nappy.
We're going to be taking a look at some of this exclusive gameplay footage that we have from Resident Evil 4 Remake. Chapter 5, we're going to be seeing some church gameplay.
Okay, so this is mid-game, late game.
And some of the cabin fight, as well as, just overall fighting Ganado and trying to stay alive.
There's that one really cool fight. I guess it's against...
and I'm joined by Marcus Stewart.
I don't know their names. But I will say that I do love, there's one fight in Resident Evil 4, it's a boss fight where you fight the bald guy or whatever, and like, he's the one with the trench coat, and then he turns into like a walkie thingy. Like, he starts walking on like his hands, and he's got blades. I forget, but it was actually a really cool boss.
How are you, Marcus?
I'm feeling great. I'm happy to be seeing this section again, because as I mentioned in the cover story I wrote, I had a lot of fun playing it.
Okay, so Ashley and Leon doing their little thing.
So yeah, we are. This footage starts out, and we are, simply escaping from the church. This is.
I
how
don't
many hours into
remember
game
the
would you say
church
this is,
section
Marcus?
that much.
It's hard to say because we don't know how long the other chapters are. It's got to be at least probably like 3-ish hours, I would guess.
I don't remember Ashley and Leon
This is not
escaping
our
from a church
gameplay,
together.
By the way, if people are wondering, this is a B-roll
Correct.
that Capcom provided, so this is someone on
They
the team.
definitely stepped up how
Yeah,
Ashley
no,
looks a
yes.
lot. She
Yes, we did play through this
looks.
section, everything that you see today. An important disclaimer: Capcom did help out with.
She looks like she's seen some stuff.
No,
No, she kinda looks like Velma.
This cover trip, we didn't have any of those conversations. Like that's
Like
our
a
boss
gray-haired
handled all
Velma
that.
without
We had to
glasses.
Show up and do our job, but it is an important disclaimer. That being said, we are not influenced by that.
I forgot to listen to them at all.
Roost, I've secured Baby Eagle.
Copy that. Is she okay?
Affirmative.
Well done, Condor 1. I'll dispatch a chopper ASAP.
I guess it's when you first rescue her. God, I wish I could remember.
Make your way there.
I've kind of got memories poking through somewhat. Isn't it like a hedge maze area or something outside? Oh yeah, you have to like run around to the back and get stuff.
Conversations are in-game now.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of
we're,
move around while it's happening.
Yeah, nice shot of the map there. Going to the helicopter extraction point where nothing will go wrong, I'm sure.
Absolutely nothing will go wrong.
And so yeah, in the beginning you saw Leon and Ashley sort of just.
Okay,
talking
so we
about,
have
"Okay,
the
we need to get out of
the
here."
loot system actually
Fun
was another
fact,
thing that I really liked that
Leon
RE4 did.
There's a little extra area.
You always
that,
felt really good
that
finding
you can
loot and
find.
combining pieces and getting more money than you otherwise would have, but I also hate that some pieces are like permanently missable, if I remember right. So,
Yeah, we're making our way through
you might
here.
find like a gem that goes in a ring, but you missed the ring, so you don't get that, and you can't go back and get the ring.
Spread out.
What do you mean spread out? Why would you spread out? It's a terrible idea. Oh, are we gonna get an assassination? Oh, we got stealth gameplay. Nobody will ever know. And they still drop loot.
And yeah, this part was pretty fun to get through. I tried to get through it.
Oh, I guess we're.
stealthily
Why
the
would you
first
sneak
couple
out of the
times.
church and then have to fight your way anyways? Oh, that was a. Okay, killed. Yeah, that seems about right. I think they mostly did that just to, show the her getting kidnapped gameplay part. And he's giving her orders. Ow, that was an axe to the spleen. Ooh, look at that inventory. Is that what mixed herbs look like? Oh, that looks so good. It's not just like it's not just like a paper with a plop of herbs on it. Like it looks like something was done with it. So many resources. This is not typical gameplay at this point. You're not gonna have 4 grenades, 3 flash grenades, and what is that? Throwing knives? Darts? What is this? I don't know. It looks like darts or arrows, but he didn't have a bow or anything.
In the clips here, again, that's a Capcom thing. So this isn't going to be a straight run through of the chapter. It's gonna jump around. at
Light.
points.
Yeah, light does really well against
Still
those. I
very
remember that.
effective Against those tentacled, transformed Ganado. As we enter the cemetery, you get a little bit of
Whoa.
a taste of one of the side quests, which is sort of a spin on the cemetery puzzle. As you can see, you can still shoot birds' nests to get those precious
Nice.
eggs. Or
Yeah.
it's a chicken egg that's in a bird nest.
That restores your health to full somehow. Or no, the eggs were half health and then golden eggs were full
I
health.
mean, in the original game, you killed snakes.
What? He better say it.
There he is.
Took care of a request. Well done.
Man himself.
Look at you.
As you can see, you're turning in side
I'm
quests,
waiting for it.
which is what you're going to be doing.
I got something new for you. What are you buying? Hell yeah,
I still
he's there.
wonder how he moves with all that heavy equipment.
You don't ask questions like that in Resident Evil, buddy.
Must be pretty strong.
I mean, how did the Duke
Like a
get
dragon
anywhere?
with low-weighted training gear, he's probably pretty strong. But,
I was thinking he's just like into CrossFit.
He's into
you know,
CrossFit.
we don't know. He's a mysterious.
So weapon upgrades still
mysterious
exist.
being.
3 levels. Yep.
Our equipment here. You can upgrade knives. now,
Wonderful.
as mentioned in the cover story, which is nice, which you're going to be needing because they're.
I wonder how much they've actually redone, because I know they wanted to remain faithful to the original without like making it too faithful. Oh wow, look at all that weapons
right there. You're gonna want to keep an eye out in the environment for those blue flyers.
What are the blue flyers? Savage. I need someone to get rid of the wild dog. Oh, there's side quests, and you get. Oh, that's cool. Honestly, that's really cool. I'm down for some side quests.
Quest.
Go hunt like
That
a
was one of the
special
more
monster and
involved
stuff.
quests
That's fun.
That we saw so
That's
far.
real fun.
And you won't see the solution in this footage, but you will see sort of what's on the other end of this side quest for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to
The
note at
dog is
least.
hard to find. We are going to show the dog.
These guys have clearly watched this footage before me.
The way to find the dog is,
I have not seen this at
I
all.
guess, a little bit.
Look at that
Also,
rain
something
effect and the
we turned
wind.
left when we left that door. There's another path behind us if we were to turn right out of that door that goes into an
Okay,
underground
interesting.
tunnel that like takes you up through a well.
So no more stomping. He's doing the
There's a lot
knifey.
of paths.
And we're not quite to the days of the
Yeah, like, when
pile
we
driver
both
or
came
the
through here, we just assumed
I forget
just
what it's
the
called, the
campus
DDP,
thing. We're
the
like, okay, this is
DDT.
It's the only way to go, but yeah.
So where are we at right now? We're back in the
Society,
village, I
like, check this
guess?
out. And we were like, oh, okay.
Neat. Okay.
Here we go. We've got the
Look at that pot blowing in the wind.
lady thought she could take a picture for Leon. Didn't work out for her. And
Leon's
just,
great.
Mhm.
I will say
I
that
was gonna
Leon.
comment
So
on
my
the
favorite
movie,
Resident
yeah,
Evil
there's a lot to
protagonist
talk
is
Rain Gate.
if we're talking about
Rain
just
Gate.
like personalities, I'm a big fan of Leon.
It can be tuned down a little
Um,
bit.
Kind of like all of them. I like Leon,
It
Claire,
does feel
Jill,
like
Ada.
intentionally, like,
Chris is
it's
cool.
Intentionally,
Honestly, Wesker's not a bad
and kinda adds to
antagonist.
that tension,
Barry,
like,
I don't know
you
if
see
you've
your
played
shooter. I do agree though, it's a bit much.
what is it, Resident
And
Evil?
you know, it'd be great, Marcus, if there's like a rain.
Let me turn them down a
slider.
little bit. Resident Evil Revelations 2, Barry's really cool. They really give, the characters a lot of personality, given most of the games are sneaking through dark places and trying not to die. Despite my praises for 7 and 8, I'm not a huge fan of Ethan. I don't think I think Ethan's very sweet.
Yeah, it just makes
That's a big owl. Is that a stuffed owl or is that a real owl? That would have scared that'd have scared the hell out of me. Like
I will say there are
playing this.
times when I was the demo,
In fact, that should have been a real owl and then been like whack, and just like a good jump scare.
Leon wasn't
But yeah,
playing which is kind of frustrating. So I'm just kind of
let's see.
clambering around in the dark. It was mostly like outdoor. Oh,
there he
here's
is.
the dog.
Look at that thing.
Oh, a dog with a tentacle. That's
Tail. No,
the same. Those did exist. You're right.
So yeah,
Me.
Capcom also pointed out, for those wondering, that this dog is not the dog that Leon can rescue in the original game, because in this game he's presumably dead. So at the time we kind of were like, oh, maybe this is the dog, but they were very clear to point out, like, nope, different dog. And like, okay. But yeah, that
They
dog
also
fight is
wouldn't-
pretty hard.
They also wouldn't definitively answer if it was the same dog in this game as in the old game. In terms of the one that's dead at the beginning of the game, they're like, maybe it's not the same dog.
That's actually like a weirdly important detail
Medallion up there.
because people
So you see it's
like you always saving the dog always was nice. I don't know anybody who was like I'm gonna let this dog die.
same area, and they said that that side quest reappears in different parts of the map. So you're going to be shooting. It sounds like you're going to be shooting medallions outside of just like the village area, and they just sort of like divided them into like batches of 5.
Okay. Ah, the cabin. Excellent. He's cool looking. I like that jacket. Game's real pretty. Oh, here they come. Ah, yes, the cabin scene.
And due to
We
the
should
fact
probably
that
give him
there's
some
a
guns. And
lot
Ashley,
of
too.
that
The fact that Leon never gives Ashley a single gun is quite troublesome.
ran over that you can,
If our job was to protect the president's daughter and I had an entire suitcase just full of military-grade weapons, I'd be like, here, you hold this pistol or something, girl.
Right.
in that area just before the bridge that we crossed. But,
Yeah, because in the footage we've put out of this, people have seen the cowl guy shows up in
appears
this fight,
here.
but you
Yeah.
actually fight him well before this. So,
Yeah,
so
so
What?
when
it
he
seems
shows
like
up in
he's
the
gonna
fight,
be what were we saying?
yeah, he's definitely a recurring enemy. But when he shows up in the fight, you've already had to fight him before, and so I feel like it's extra tense because it's like, oh my god, I gotta fight this guy now.
Who's the cow guy?
I saw some people speculating that he might be a single persistent enemy that follows you.
No,
Pretty sure that is not the case. Yeah, I think he's
No,
just another
I have-
enemy type.
I have killed
Buddy,
him several times.
You're way too big to be sitting up there like that.
Just the new enemy type.
Right, was,
Oh, that's the cow guy.
original, but even more so here. And there he is.
I don't remember him having a cow guy
A lot of,
head.
like back and forth, like is he a cow? Is he a bull? But I was like, he's got a horn there. That'd be a bull thing.
Well, a bull
I don't
is
remember that guy. That's crazy.
male
I mean,
cow.
yeah, they're the same thing. but you know, like,
Oh Lord, he coming.
That's fair. That's fair. Listen,
Holy crap.
there looks like as Leon just gets pummeled.
Now where are we?
and yeah, that's the end of.
Oh, this is what I was talking about. Like you could miss this mask
gameplay. We've got to show off. This is the look.
and
Putting gems inside of
oh, interesting.
to
So it looks like you just can inlay the gems however you want.
combinations of gems net you different bonuses.
Cool.
There are now customized cases
Storage.
that have different bonuses. So, like the black case has an increased drop rate for L resources.
Yeah.
And you can pick up charms as well. A little chicken charm. The charm
Oh, cool.
cases they give you little passive bonuses.
Yeah.
100% health recovery for all egg types. Boy, Leon's about to get that protein. Ow. When you want to be a YouTuber, but you're also a cat dad.
To keep up with all of our coverage, bookmark
Is that it, huh?
when we're done.
Yep. So I mean, you know, it's gameplay. It looks great. The rain effects in that one place were awesome. The cabin scene looked cool. The church looks pretty authentic to kind of how I remember it a little bit. You know, you have that stealth kill there. That's really cool. Did they say when it was coming out? No, we still don't know the release date. At least as far as... Do we know the release date? 1 second. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it's coming out on March 24th. So about a month and a half or so. Of course, I'll definitely be playing that on my channel. If you're too chicken to play it yourself, you know, Shinchiro, you can always join me for that. And as you can, you know, imagine, I do lots of horror games. I'm about to do a Dead Space playthrough pretty soon as I finish Fire Emblem Engage and /or Chained Echoes. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to do your likes and comments and subscribes, all that. The channel's growing rather quickly. I mean, 300 subscribers in 4 months is actually quite a bit for a gaming channel. So I appreciate everybody who's been here for it, and see you in the next one. Deuces, dummies.